Hey, how's it going? ZmanTheTech here, and I want to thank you for tuning into SnoleyGames. As always, I appreciate you very much. And today, it's time for the long-awaited tour of the tools used to kind of, spiff up the Data Frog SF2000, which is called Tadpole. Without much further ado, let's go ahead and get it in. All right, so on the computer here, this is assuming that you've already removed your micro SD card and inserted it into your micro SD card reader on your computer. Once you've done so, this folder is going to open on the removable disk. You may have a different drive letter depending on how many you have available. Mine is currently D. Keep that in mind, your drive letter. Okay. All right. So these are the contents of the micro SD card when you first put it in. First thing we want to do is go ahead and highlight and select BIOS and resources. We're going to copy and paste them into a folder called Data Frog SF2000 Backup, or you can name it whatever you like, just as long as you know what it is. We're going to paste those into there, leave that alone. Okay. Next thing you want to do, link in the description, by the way, you can actually, it'll take you directly to the GitHub for pretty much all the community mods based on this, device. Okay. And we want to download the Tadpole 1.2.1 exe. Okay, click on that, save it wherever you will. Mine is currently in a downloads folder, so I'm gonna not do that. I'm just gonna jump to the downloads folder. Okay. All right. So Tadpole 1.2.1. We're gonna double click it, and it's going to open here. Okay. It should default. It should automatically find the file on the micro SD, like the whole image. Ours is set to D, like I said, so it's automatic. These are all the ROMs that come included, as you know. So, first thing you want to do is go to OS, go down to firmware, and you're going to see some firmwares listed here. If you're already not updated to the highest firmware, which at the moment of this recording, it's 1.71, you definitely want to click on that and kind of initiate that process. Now, the other things you want to do are the bootloader fix and the battery fix. I've already done it on mine, but let's just for the sake of doing this, say I haven't, right? So let's go ahead and click on here. Downloading firmware. Shouldn't take long. Update successfully downloaded, okay? We are now on the latest firmware. Go back. Firmware. Bootloader fix is definitely needed from corrupting SD cards, things like that. It happens as a result of that, but it's good to go ahead and preemptively do it. Okay. All right, so it's letting you know that it's going to require the SD card and a fully charged SF2000. Okay. Basically, once you do this, we're gonna switch over to the SF2000 and kind of show what that process looks like, and we'll come back. All right, so we followed the steps, and now we're going to go ahead and put it back into the computer as far as the SD card, the micro SD card. Okay, minimize that. I'm going to say, did it update successfully? We're going to say yes. All right, you should now be safe to use with Tadpole. Major thanks to Osaka 9664. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Okay, now that we've shown what it looks like, we're going to go ahead and go back to OS, firmware, and battery fix. Okay, are you sure you want to patch it? Yep. Boom. Battery improvements have been patched. All right, so those are the two number one things you want to do, most definitely. Well, three rather. Okay. Then you can also go to OS and then go to theme, and you can actually set your theme based upon what you're into. Now, they have a few options here by default. Not all of them are there, if I'm not mistaken, or they may be. But if you go to check out theme previews, you got the whole theme collection here. If you want to see what they look like, a better idea of what they look like. Okay. I went with the simple garlic because, you know, I'm basic, but they do have the Duck Hunt theme. They've got a Pokemon theme, Zelda theme. This Hollow Knight one looks really nice. I'm digging that one a lot. I may actually switch to that one. I'm considering it, but we'll see. Then we have the black SF2000, which is, you know, pretty clean, straightforward. Francis Javi's theme. I like this one. Undertale theme. And so forth. Okay? I may do that Hollow Knight. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's pretty clean looking, man. I like that. I don't know. But for the sake of this, I'm going to go with garlic. All right. So let's go back to Data Frog Tadpole tool. Okay? And yeah, so we're going to go to OS, and then we'll go to theme, and we'll do the garlic. This will overwrite your theme and everything like that. So it's just letting you know. Okay. Theme changed successfully. OS. All right, we've changed to garlic. And then background music, we have a few things here. AC/DC, Back in Black. Okay, nice. Calliope, if I'm saying that correct. We have Donkey Kong Aquatic Ambiance. That's always nice. Okay. Duck Hunt, Pokemon, and Super Mario Overworld theme. Okay. There are others. If you click here and go to BGM. All right. I think empty is set to no BGM basically. And then, yeah, see, there's a few extras that aren't listed there, like the Me channel, and the Wii Shop, you know, stuff like that. It seems pretty cool. It looks like Hollow Knight has a automatic theme that it does, which is pretty cool. But let's just say for the sake of doing this, we're going to choose... we'll do Aquatic Ambiance. You can preview it here. Okay. We'll go ahead and save that. All right, that's been changed. So background music's good. We can change the boot logo. I want to say that welcome thing is just kind of really generic. So I want to say there's a few other options if you click here as well, just like we clicked on before. Say I'm going to go with the SNES logo. It updates your BIOS as well, so keep that in mind. Okay, BIOS has been updated. Boot logo. Okay. Now, if you want to see what they look like, we can just go back to this collection page here and go to boot logo, and this is what they have. These are some of the other options there that are available. I want to say that ours is going to look more somewhere along these lines. Data Frog SF2000, the SNES logo situation. Okay. All right. So, other thing you can do is you can actually change the shortcut slot for each system. Okay. We default on Famicom, and what happens is you know, I think I've already set mine. I want to say I've got a folder open here that has everything. And if I don't, we'll go ahead and grab it. All right. So this, yeah, here it is. I have I went ahead and preemptively downloaded some stuff that I knew I was going to be into. So that'll take some time. You know, just Google it and kind of choose what you're looking for, you know, and go from there. So say for instance, we got Battletoads 1 as our first slot. If we go to view, I've already updated that thumbnail. But if you needed to, you would click the image and then you would just update it. But we've already done that, so I'm just going to cancel. Okay. And then my fourth slot is Batman. We've already, let's see here. Do I have one for Batman? Yeah. Let's update that. Overwrite. ROM thumbnails successfully changed. Okay. Now this isn't for the, it's important to note, this isn't changing the shortcut image on the main page of each console. This is just changing it for when you search it in the list, like the normal ROM list. So we're going to be covering that in just a second. All right. But yeah, essentially that's what you would do. And then my second game is Blaster Master. Um, we've got an image for that. Third game is Donkey Kong. Okay. And the fourth game you already saw, which was Batman. Okay. So, for each, it's important to set each shortcut slot for each console. You want to do that first before we change game shortcut icons. Okay. I'm just going to show you that I have in fact chosen something for Super Famicom or Super Nintendo. Super Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, and I want to say it was Tetris and Dr. Mario. Okay? Boom. So get all your slots together and organize them as you will per console before we edit each one. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and edit the game shortcut icons for the main menu page. Okay? Click on that. Do you want Tadpole to find these shortcuts? You can, but it doesn't really matter. I have it set to game thumbnails. We'll select that folder. Okay. Now that makes it easier for when you want to add them. If you've already got them, if you've already got a folder created for thumbnails. Okay. So for Battletoads, we're going to choose Battletoads. All right. And it's important to note too that it's going to squish it down and make it all, not look so great. It actually looks decent enough on the screen because it's small, but you'll get the idea of what it is. Okay, we'll do Blaster Master, Donkey Kong, if I can find it. I probably looked over it. There it is. Donkey Kong, and then Batman. Okay, we're gonna hit save. Updated your game shortcut icons. Okay, just as easy as that. We're going to go down to Super Famicom or Super Nintendo and do the same thing. Now, again, this is assuming you've already set your shortcut slots, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, so some of these images already existed there, which is cool. That's fine. Or maybe it pulled it automatically because based off the name. If it's, I want to say if it's named the exact same thing as the ROM, it might automatically grab it, which is probably what happened here. Okay. But if not, then you just manually do it like I'm doing. No issue. Super Mario All Stars, and then Tetris and Dr. Mario. Okay. We're gonna save. That actually saved us some time anyway, so I don't mind that. All right, Mega Drive or Genesis. What do we have here? So Columns, Gunstar Heroes already have an image pulled. We're going to do Landstalker. And Crusader of Sinti. Everything else is there. Save it. Game Boy. Edit our shortcut icons. Okay, Tetris Attack's already pulled. Okay, we're going to do the standard Tetris here. All-time favorite. Battletoads for Game Boy this time. Another good one. And then Super Mario Land 2. Save it. Okay. Game Boy Color. Let's see what we got. Okay. So Tetris DX is already pulled. Let's get Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. Oracle of Ages. Oracle of Seasons. Okay. Save that. Game Boy Advance. Golden Sun's already pulled. Let's get Golden Sun: The Lost Age. Okay. Klonoa Empire of Dreams. Okay, and Dream Champ Tournament. Okay. Save that. Go to Arcade. Change game shortcut icons. All right. Select folder. Street Fighter Alpha 3 already selected, so we're going to go for Metal Slug. We're going to go for Neo Bomberman. And Marvel vs. Capcom. Hit save. And that's it. We are done. Only other thing you want to do before closing this out to kind of solidify everything is go to consoles and refresh all thumbnails and ROMs. Okay. Boom. And that's it for now. So again, just a kind of a brief overview. OS tab, firmware, make sure you're on the latest firmware. Apply the battery and bootloader fix. OS tab, theme, choose one of the available themes here, or if you want something different, go to checkout and download them yourself, and make sure you remember where you put them. That way you can just go to update from file, local, and then you can just add it that way. Okay, same thing goes for background music, boot logo, and as far as emulator BIOS, you can update the GBA BIOS fix. I want to say there's a fix for it. Yeah, GBA BIOS fix. BIOS successfully copied. Okay, that's gonna be it, and then we're gonna go over to the actual unit itself of the SF2000 and take a look at what we've done. But always, always, always remember to exit the program and make sure that we safely remove this. We're gonna go to this PC, D drive, right click, eject. Okay? Always safely remove. Don't forget that. Okay, we're also going to show the key mapping here. Okay, so be sure to update the key mapping to your liking. I want to say, let's see here. Oh, so D-pad moves each button correspondingly, and you edit each one as you go. Now, the shoulder buttons are going to move you between consoles. I kind of wanted to showcase the main one here. Okay. If you're wondering how to properly set that up, these are the keys. So you swap your X and Y, swap your A and B, and then left shoulder button is going to be C, right is going to be Z. That should get your Street Fighter buttons working as they should, and pretty much every other game, according to this configuration. All right. And if you want to back out, you hit the select button, and there you go. Okay, now if you want to add your own ROMs, you can access them under game list here. And I don't think I have any in there currently. Yeah, I don't have any in there, so we'll just hit select to get out. But you can load pretty much all the existing consoles ROMs for those. So NES/Famicom, Super Nintendo/Super Famicom, Genesis or Mega Drive, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and MAME. MAME is a little dicey. It's really hard to get those working. So I really want to, stress that, hey, you may not want to put yourself through that and just kind of play what they have on there. They have a decent selection, so you know, but it's always good to be able to add your own, but just kind of forewarning, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So, but yeah, you can add as well. Outside of those, you can add master system. Those are playable as well. Again, I want to say the compatibility is a bit hit or miss with some games. It doesn't play them all, but for the most part, it plays a good bit of them. So you're going to have to kind of go through trial and error. All right, well, that's pretty much going to do it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helps someone out. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next one.
Futuristic classic. Futuristic classic. Time is of the essence. I feel like I got it mastered. Futuristic classic. Futuristic classic. It's always moving forward, so I'm never moving backwards.